Welcome to the 37th episode of Indie and Music Industry World. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Glassman.
Thank you for having me. How's it going?
How are you, sir?
I'm
I love you.
good.
I love you. I love you. I love your passion for music. I love how you're looking
No,
for
I'm
artists.
you're such a big great inspiration in music.
Oh, I appreciate
You
you saying that. That's so kind.
Yeah, totally. That's why you texted me before. I just wanted to reach you for have a conversation for the podcast because you have everything in music, in promotion, and thank you
It's
so
been
much.
fun. It's been fun.
Thank you so much. Uh, So tell me about all your experience in a promotion as you just started from the biggest label.
Well, when I started, I actually started at a small independent label and grew my way into the major labels. I kind of had to train myself and learn what promotion was. But I knew early on that working with radio was what I wanted to do. It was just a phenomenal experience. It's a great way to break music. You're working with passionate people within your company within promotion. You're working with competitive people that are making you better at what you do. And the radio personalities become your best friends for life.
That's amazing. How much it's changed the promotion from years ago till now. From starting as the works in a label to on a major label till now with the audience from the social medias. Is that something has changed?
It's changed dramatically. I mean, it's changed. There's always something that's come in that's changed the game. But for a while, it was all about what was called sound scan. The sound scan came out every week and told you how many, believe it or not, like the CDs or albums that you were selling.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
all
kind
my
of let you know.
age. Yeah,
Yeah, so that was kind of what we knew would, the success of those numbers, what they sold, we knew what we were promoting. And you could really kind of take a situation from passion and a strategy standpoint and work very closely with radio to break music. Over time, it's become technology has kicked in, and it's been terrific. But it's just a question of learning how to incorporate technology, strategy, your relationships, and put them all together to use the metrics of Spotify, YouTube, TikTok. iHeart has their own app that's successful. It's how do you use the success of all the different metrics, Amazon, to determine when you push a button on a song, what's worth chasing. Now kind of the philosophy is when you go after a song, you know the answers to the test based on streaming. When we did it early on, we didn't have that advantage. So it's really kind of your passion was what kind of got got a music, got a song through the process.
yeah. Thank you so much. Just like it's an inspiration for me too. That's why I wanted. It's like a promotion. And that's why I love what you do because the promotion is so important. Honestly, I don't like so much that kind of promotion of this last year because the artist doesn't do any video, or maybe it's all about the track to share on the
You know,
platforms, and
you
that's
know what it can be? It can be a shortcut. And shortcuts always, there's a rare shortcut that finds itself through, like maybe like a Shabuzi or some situations. But in general, you want to pay your dues. You want to build a fan base. And the only way to
yeah,
build a fan base is somewhat over time, touring. I understand when you
totally.
do these great TikTok videos, or you get a song on Spotify, you can hit the masses, but it's still tough to have the touch, to be in the room with them. I always found when I was in a room with an artist, it drove me to want to break them more so than if I saw their video or just heard the song. So it's how do you connect with the artist? And I understand that you can do the TikTok situation, or maybe you could produce a song in your basement or produce a song in a home studio. But you don't have the advantage of working with people that have really been doing this for a long time that truly know different sounds. And it might work one time, but unless you've had the talents of a Billie Eilish or Olivia Rodriguez, the masses usually don't produce that way. They need people to work with them.
Yeah, I know that. That's amazing. How do you think that everything is changes, like from an independent artist to have just like that kind of a relation with the labels too? Because when I talk most of the time with artists, they say to me, okay, they doesn't want to enter on a label, or maybe they just only want to promote everything by themselves.
You know what? It comes down to kind of like timing is everything. If you get signed to a label with momentum in today's times, if you have a top 10 Spotify song, you have a song that's exploding on TikTok, you're going to be a priority, and you're going to have the expertise of seasoned veterans that have great relationships, great strategy. But if it doesn't continue, then you kind of fall off, or someone else might come in and take your lane. I love in today's times, though, that an independent artist is playing on the same playing field as a major artist, because anyone can get streaming, anyone can get put together a hit. So it's just a question of having the right support staff, or take a talented artist, an independent artist that might not have the right song, work with the right A&R people. And I understand there's always a financial aspect of it for independent artists, because how do you get to the A&R people, and how do you get to producers? And that's I truly don't know the answer to those questions, but I do know if you're a talented artist with passion and drive, and you're going to stay in the game, it's an even playing field, and you have a great opportunity to have success. You just need people in your corner that believe in you.
Absolutely. Do you think that how much is important the radio right now?
Okay, I'm huge on radio. Radio is it's in my DNA. I love everything about it. I love the people that program radio. To me, let's do it this way. If you have 10 or 15 Spotify acts that aren't Taylor Swift, aren't Drake, but kind of newer artists that take off, radio makes them superstars. Radio can put them in tours. Radio can take their career and put them on a whole nother level. So streaming and radio need to work together, which they do now, and capitalize on each other. And if they do that, then radio will take your artist or take you to another level and put you in a position where you can tour if you have enough hits. But you need both Spotify and radio hits. You have to have a relationship with radio. Radio just is a platform that just took a Billie Eilish, an Olivia Rodriguez, a Benson Boone, blew them up.
Absolutely.
So I'm a big believer in radio. It's just a question of getting to the decision makers, and frankly, a lot of those people are the people that have been doing this for 20, 30 years, who have sacrificed a lot to go on the road and get to know these people, and again, to become best men at your wedding, or godfathers to your children, or you just develop these relationships based on getting to know each other. But as far as breaking a song, you gotta have a good song. I can only introduce the song to a radio program director, but it's got to be something that they feel can be competitive in the marketplace.
That's amazing. How do you find the best strategy to promote a track and decide which is the best track for an artist, and you got that kind of ear to say, okay, that's a hit, that's the right moment to release that kind of track?
You have two. You have the A&R world and you have the promotion world, okay? And both feel that they understand what a hit is. That's where kind of it's a chicken or the egg mentality of who's going to be right. Sometimes the A&R person is, and the promotion person has to trust the A&R person. And sometimes the promotion person might hear a different song and say to the A&R person, I believe with all my heart that your artist is the real deal, but this is the song to go after. So I think when those two departments work together, they will identify a hit. And sometimes it is a local promotion person in a small market. Sometimes it's someone that works on a national level in New York and LA that identifies a hit. A lot of times it's the A&R person that signs the act and says this is the hit. Today, streaming kind of determines what the hit is. And then radio takes that hit and pushes it to the masses at a whole other level. Or not that streaming doesn't attack the masses, but like I said before, radio will take it to a place where it can get a chance to succeed at a higher level. Or I believe that.
That's amazing,
Because otherwise, streaming songs will come and go, and artists will come and go. If you're just a big song, just big streaming song, you'll have a moment, but you'll go away if promotion can't dig into you as an artist and help take you to another song and another song and another level, and really try to help you get past that too, so that multiple formats, multiple platforms can be involved with you.
That's amazing. How much it's hard to with the collateral damage to promote artists. Do you change just like every strategy from just like a big artist to an independent artist? How is the process?
The process is okay. So I have 3 daughters. All of my daughters are different personalities. I don't treat them all the same. I love them all the same. But you treat them based on your relationship. They each have a different plan, different goals, different dreams in life. That's how I look at artists. Each one you have to care about personally, and you have to understand their vision. You have to listen to them, understand their music, listen to a lot of music, get really invested in them. When you do that, you're going to feel that connection, just like with my children. The more you're with your kids, the more connection you feel. But each song and artist has a different strategy. Some might come to you as hits, and you say, okay, it's working on TikTok. How do I now get this to, how do we now, push harder to help with Spotify? How do we help more with getting the video with YouTube? How do we set this up for radio? So each artist has a different strategy. Now within radio, you have urban, rhythm, a format called Hot AC, Top 40. So you then determine between all those different formats how to strategically do what's in the best interest of a song. To, if the goal is to sometimes go to Top 40, you want to win at another format. You want to win at rhythm. You want to win at Hot AC. You want it at urban. So you'll have that success to show Top 40 that the song does work. So again, you're using every platform you have. When I say platform, I mean the streaming sites, the social media sites, from Facebook to Instagram, to, whatever else is out there, to again, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, and all the other streaming sites that internationally. And again, it might come from international. International is a major part of this. It's like I look to you. One time you were kind enough to send an artist my way that I thought was terrific, and you have a great sense of what works. So a lot of times I want to hear from someone like yourself who I trust and I feel like is doing the grind and can help me and identify music for me and make me better. So it's kind of a group of people that you kind of hope come together to believe in an artist and then figure out what's in the best interest to break that artist.
That's cool. How much is important the fan base? Because in my impression, there's a lot of confusion using just like the social medias. I was growing with the music from MTV. Just both the CDs. Just have more just like a logical strategy of a market of a single. You could listen to a track on the radio. And maybe just like you could create a real fan base.
A fan base has to be sincere, has to be organic. If you have a manipulated fan base, it won't work. And I don't think that is what anyone's trying to do. I think you're trying to put the artist in the best possible opportunity to be around the fans or have access to the fans that we hope are going to support the music. But you have to have a fan base, because at the end of the day, it's what drives an artist. Taylor Swift has the greatest fan base in the world. Her relationship with her fans is unmatched. Ed Sheeran does. When you have Shawn Mendes, when you have relationships, Drake, Future, when you have relationships with your fan base, they can carry you through the good times, the bad times, the hits, the songs that are struggling. They'll be there for you on tour. So no one can fake that. I can't I can help bring the horse to water, but we have to hope that the fan base will drink it.
Absolutely. You know, so it just like so we sometimes you can find artists on social medias, and then you don't understand if the audience is real, you know.
You don't. Well, that's the problem with a lot of situations where you don't know what's manipulated, what's contrived, and what's real. But it will find its way through. I mean, we are an industry that looks for that. We're very aware of that. They have a lot of sophisticated, obviously, executives in our business and people that are kind of trained to look for things like that. So it's hard to hype numbers. We'll start to see consistency. You can only really do it for a short period of time, but to do it for a period of time is very difficult. So I don't think you can mask a sincere fan base. And I think, like I said, numbers, you will have to face the music one day. At some point, your numbers are going to fade off, and we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just tougher sometimes with here in the U.S. with international numbers, because we don't always understand. What are big numbers in Japan? What are big numbers in Italy? What are big numbers? So we have to have a better understanding of that, so we know how to translate that here in the States.
Yeah. How much is important also the investment of an artist? That's a point, because sometimes I talk with artists from Europe, and they say, I know I don't want to spend money. I only want to use the social media to promote myself, and I tell them, no, you have to invest yourself, because you need a team behind that could work for you. Maybe just like your company, or maybe a label.
You have to have. You bring up a great point. And I deal with this all the time. I look at us as like, look, a professional. We'll say from your side of the world, we'll say a professional soccer team, okay, or where I am, a professional football team. You have to. That's the level we're playing on. That's the competition. So we're going against the best athletes in the world, but in the music business. I'm sorry, excuse me. So
yeah,
if you believe in yourself, you have to find the resources to support you. Now, I understand everybody wants to get signed by a major label, and they think once you get, which brings us back to your original question, that when you get signed by a major label, all your problems go away. It's not the case. Again, if you don't go in with momentum, you can sit on a shelf, and then your career takes a back seat, and you're kind of sorry you went that way. If the timing's right and the major is behind you, you could be in have an incredible opportunity. So that being said, most artists now have to make it happen themselves with a team around them. You need, whether it be myself or people like me in different areas, to help support you, because we can get to the decision makers, the gatekeepers. We can help strategically help you determine financially what makes sense. How to do your spending in phases. And you have to be careful, because frankly, out there's some people that might abuse the situation and make it a money grab. My credibility, my integrity mean everything to me. So when I work with an artist, we're either going to win together, or we're going to grow together and stop when we see it's not the case.
Absolutely. It's a job, That's what I said to the independent artists too. I said to them that the investment is important. It's not only the heart. It's maybe the team, the producer, the songwriting, the management. It's a job. So they invest.
We're still paying our bills. We're supporting our family. This is a way of life for us, and we'll give our 10, 20, 30 years of experience and truly do whatever we can within our limitations or our strengths to break an artist. But you do have to financially be able to play at a high level, because when I go to work, I'm competing with the greatest artists in the world.
Yeah. So that's that's the point, and it's important. I've just planned, right now, new music on promotion.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've just got right now music on promotion.
Oh, any music that I'm dealing with right now?
Yeah.
A couple of things I'm real excited about, but I'm actually helping out because I do a lot of stuff with major labels as well. So Atlantic Records has been terrific with Alex Warren, has the song Ordinary, the Marias. They're really doing what I think is the best job right now in the industry of breaking artists. They're using both radio and streaming to excel at the highest level. So I'm having a lot of fun with them. I just had the opportunity to work with Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
And she was terrific. She's the ultimate professional. I loved her music. I loved working with her. Shabuzi
She's a big entertainer.
Yeah, she's a special person. She's really she's a force. She's great for overall leadership. She's an unbelievable role model for women. But that was one of the best experiences I've had in a long time. I had a chance to work with Papa Roach recently, who had a song about an artist who invested in sharing with the world his feelings on suicide. And
Yeah.
I think we did a great job bringing awareness to the world with that. Again, just another story to tell, to try to hopefully maybe one person it stuck with. Shabuzi came out of nowhere and became a nice success story for myself and others that were involved with that. So yeah, I'm having fun. There's nothing I love more than, like I said, breaking records on the radio, helping artists, and giving them a chance to have the same opportunities that you would if you were on a major label. Because my mindset is, because I worked at major labels for 30 years, is I know how they think and I know how to compete with them. And I have the
And
same
you can have
relationships
your
they have.
major label right now. You totally can
Well,
have it.
That's the ultimate goal.
Collateral Damage could be a label. I think so.
Yeah, no, and one of the things I really want to focus on, frankly, is international. I think that the international marketplace is an unbelievable resource of music, and that's something that I'm very interested in. So I'm working off you. You keep finding great music, and
Yeah, then
you and
I
you and I
come
will
to
be
work
tied at the
with
hip.
you.
Yeah, you and I will be tied at the hip.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Todd, for the conversation. It was a pleasure for me, and it was
Oh, a pleasure for
amazing.
me. I'm a big fan of yours, and anyone that has the opportunity to work with you or listen to you, or you can listen to
Yeah,
their music,
absolutely. Yeah, I
they'd be
come
in
there.
great shape.
I'll be there very soon, so we'll keep on touch.
You keep in touch, and when you come in rock, I'll see you.
Yeah, totally. Thank you
All right,
so
be safe
much.
and stay in touch.
Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.